Well, good morning, my darlings. Welcome to a new vlog. You might be thinking, Josie, where on earth are you? We do not recognize this background. Well, I am in Manchester. I have not been here for about probably 4 years. This is my third ever time coming to Manchester, and I'm here for a friend's hen do. The main event was last night. I definitely look fresher than I feel, mostly because of tiredness. I don't actually feel delicate after a night of drinking. It's more that I had a lot of espresso martinis last night. And so even lying in bed, like I always say, my party trick is that I can fall asleep anytime, anywhere. Maybe I'm just always exhausted, but I can literally fall asleep anytime, anywhere. Even if I was like to stand here and shut my eyes, I could fall asleep. But last night, I think I must have had, I mean, it was only like 3, but they were strong espresso martinis actually, and I had one at lunch. Yeah, there were quite a few martinis were consumed yesterday. But yeah, I was just lying in bed. I put Love Island Unseen Bits on and I could not get to sleep for hours and hours, and then my body clock at 7:15 this morning was like, Josie, it's time to wake up now. So yes, a little bit delirious and sleep deprived. But whenever I come to a city, I love to check out the delivery options because we just don't get delivery in the Cotswolds, so it's such a novel thing now. So I ordered one of my friends, actually you'll probably know Victoria in the Fro, who is a Mancunian. She recommended lots of great places for me, and she recommended loads of great places, and one of them was Ezra and Gill, which is a breakfast place. I was fully intending on going with Scarlett, Charlie's sister, and Viv, Charlie's mum and Scarlett's mum, but it was pouring with rain, so I just thought let's Deliveroo it. So I've had a lovely avocado and toast, oat milk latte, and I've got a sunshine smoothie still to enjoy here in the room. We're checking out shortly. We are all going to grab like a snacky lunch in the Northern Quarter shortly, but because I was up so early, I thought I'm going to do a little bit of shopping while everyone else gathers their bits and bobs together. Everyone else is checking out at 11. It's 9:30 now, so I think I can do an hour of shopping. Ooh, and the shop's going to be open on a Sunday morning. That's very annoying if they're not. I'm sure I can take a slow amble. But yeah, we're going for lunch somewhere called Mackie May in the Northern Quarter, which is like a food court. So yeah, I think that's kind of where a lot of the shops are, so I might just take a little amble over there. We stayed in a really cool place, which actually I would highly recommend, and I will most definitely stay here if I come to Manchester again, or when I come to Manchester again. It's called the Native Hotel, and the bride, Chloe's sister Liv, who's organised everything, found this place, booked it, and I think she said that we each room was around £100 a night, and the location is amazing, literally slap bang in the city centre. The hen and a few of the other girls have got a penthouse, which is amazing. It's like double-storey roof terrace, absolutely beautiful. And yeah, it's really cool, like Manchester industrial vibes. I was going to give you a room tour, but actually my stuff is everywhere, so it's very messy. We've got a bed, we've got like a kitchen nook area, bathroom, obviously wardrobe, ironing board, tea, coffee, and then there's a lovely, like, again, very cool, like cafe, huge cafe, almost like food hall downstairs. So it's a really great place, location-wise amazing. And it has now stopped raining, so I'm gonna head out, do a little bit of exploring, and let's go shopping in Manchester. Okay, so here we are in Exchange Square. I think that's what it's called, according to the tram stop over here. First time I ever came to Manchester, I got, I think, 3 or 4 fines because I was driving and I did not realise that loads of the roads are reserved just for trams. It was probably my first or second year after getting my driving licence, so I was blissfully unaware of things like that. And yeah, that was a nice surprise on my doormat when I came home, all those fines. So note to you guys, if you ever come into Manchester by car, keep a lookout for the tram lines. So as you can see, we have Selfridges there in front, we have got Harvey Nichols there, and I have been in the Selfridges before. In fact, the last time I came to Manchester, I think I was doing a collaboration with Selfridges with the King Street Townhouse Boutique Hotel, which was really lovely. And then over this side, this I believe is called the Arndale Centre, and it's got more kind of high street shops in there. Obviously there's a really big That sign says next. There's a Costa, there's a Paper Chase, Wagamama's, there's a Vapiano, and somewhere that we went to yesterday around there is called Roxy's Ballroom, and it's kind of like an adventure place. So there's like beer pong, Prosecco pong, and yeah, basically like Hindu goals. Look at this tram coming. Yes, Exchange Square, so that must be where we are now. So it's just turning 11 o'clock now, so I'm gonna have a little look into Selfridges. There's a bit of a queue outside, so I'm sure they'll be opening the doors any second. We also walked through this square yesterday afternoon, which was a Saturday, and it was so buzzy. It was just, yeah, it felt like it had such a good atmosphere. Loads of people here that were obviously like out for partying like we were, like hen do's and stag do's. There was like a silent disco going around as well. There was a group of people, they were all singing along to Time of My Life, and they all had headphones on, so that looked really fun. And lots of people out here shopping. So yeah, it's just very, yeah, it was very buzzy. It's obviously a lot quieter now because it's Sunday morning, and last night going around it was so atmospheric. It just feels like a really good place to like come out. I definitely am not cool enough for Manchester. Like everyone here is dressed a lot more like kind of Shoreditch, edgy. I haven't seen anyone else in a dress yet, but never mind. Gosh, my eye bags are crazy. I need to get a coffee, but first let's go and check out Selfridges. I'm here with the hardcore early morning Sunday shoppers. We're all just waiting for the doors to open. This is quite hilarious. So as you enter Selfridges, you've got all the kind of designer boutiques down here. We've got Valentino, Hermes, Tiffany, Prada, Louis Vuitton over there, Dior in the corner, Chanel. I have noticed that not many people wear masks inside in Manchester. It's very different to London and the Cotswolds. People are still very masked up. I am wearing my mask because better safe than sorry, and it really doesn't bother me. Ooh, very cute pink little boucle jackets in Chanel. Oh, this is gorgeous. Baby pink, and they've got the little outside in baby pink. That is gorgeous, like pebble leather. I did get told off for having my camera out in Chanel, but I tried on that little light pink bag. It was £3,420, which is a lot of money, and I just don't think I'm ready for it. I don't think I feel the hype quite enough for Chanel's new prices, but don't quote me on that because things might change. I'm going to have a little look in Dior and also Chloe, and then I think I might have a little look in the beauty hall downstairs as well. I feel a little bit like a marshmallow man today because I have got my cardigan over my puffy sleeve dress, which is already very voluminous, and then a coat over the top because it is rather chilly, so I'm fully layered up, but at least I'm toasty. Say I love the way that the Gucci area is merchandised. I would just love to recreate this in my dressing room. This pink wood is so beautiful. Just come out of the side entrance, and we've got Harvey Nichols here, New Cathedral Street, that's where we are. Polo Ralph Lauren, there's a Michael Kors, a Reiss, and other stores. I think I need to head that way anyway. I have just spritzed myself with a Christian Dior fragrance. It was Oud Isfahan, and oh, I can take this off now. And it smells absolutely gorgeous. I have to say, Liv has done an amazing job at finding the coolest places for us to come and eat, and so we are having, I've just met up with the girls downstairs, we're having brunch in this place called Mackie Mare, and it's in this really cool old like industrial, it's kind of like a greenhouse, it is hot in here, building, and there's basically like food stalls all around, and then you order, I guess because of COVID, on an app on your phone, but have a look at this, it's such an epic building. Kind of reminds me of Paddington Station a little bit, but then you've got these little food, not so little, like food stations over here. Honest Crust, I think that's like pizzas. What station? You've got curries, chili bean noodles, mama's chicken, burgers, tender cow steak, and then you have these like school dining tables in the middle. It's so cool. Love this building. Yeah, I think so. Okay, brunch was delicious. I would highly recommend a visit there. And now I have walked back towards the shopping area. So I'm back on New Cathedral Street, and there seem to be quite a few shops along here. So I'm going to nip into Zara. It's been a little while since I went into Zara. And then I'm just going to follow my city mapper slowly back to the hotel, popping into a few different shops on the way. Well, this is rather spectacular, very Balmain-esque. Lots of dresses that would have been fantastic for Ibiza. And these are the shoes that I saw in Milton Keynes, but I couldn't be bothered to queue for. Well, that was quick. There was absolutely nothing new in Zara, nothing that I hadn't already seen when I went in Milton Keynes. Must have been like a month ago, and also nothing that I hadn't seen in London. So I've come into the Arndale Centre. I don't know if I've come into a wrong area, but I can't actually see many shops. It's just loads of food stalls. I've got a feeling that this area is the area that James Charles shut down when he came, and it was just absolutely manic. But yeah, I can't actually see any shops. So I'm gonna do a little mooch around. Oh, maybe down this way. Shoe zone, yay! Yeah, haven't seen anything that I want to go into yet, but I'm gonna have a little mooch around and hopefully find, well, Topshop doesn't even exist anymore, does it? I was gonna say I'll find a Topshop or something. Gosh, the high street is so different in a post-COVID world. Well, I think I've realised the problem. I think firstly I'm just spoiled because I'm so used to shopping in London, knowing where everything is, knowing where all my favourite areas are. But also in the last year I've just become so accustomed to shopping online that I almost just can't be bothered to, like, I don't know, look in actual shops anymore, which is such a shame. Let me know if you guys feel the same, but I'm just kind of not into it today. Selfridges was nice, but I'm going to walk down the street now, head back to the hotel, and just see if there's anywhere else nice en route. This is Market Street. Debenhams down there, although that will have shut down, won't it? A big TK Maxx. Can I be bothered to go in there? I don't think I can. Oh my goodness. Uniqlo. I just feel like the high street is so changed now. Apparently this Primark here is the biggest in the UK. Not that I feel like I want to brave that at the moment.
In the Stafford area, 9 coach train with staff, 7 standard class coaches and 2 first class.
Hello my darlings, it is now the next day. I'm back home again, and yesterday afternoon I just napped. I needed to catch up on my sleep after my lack of up in Manchester. So slightly disappointing shopping trip. Didn't buy anything. I don't know, I was just not inspired. I think Manchester is an amazing city, and I think if I wasn't spoiled with shopping in London, then I probably would have gone mad. But also there was nothing really creating enough of a desire in Selfridges for me to do a splurge. So yeah, all is calm. But the shopping has not stopped, because I returned home to a few Amazon orders, and I placed these a few days ago because you may know that I am just obsessed with these dresses. Whenever I wear them, I get so many questions about them. This one is probably still my #1 favourite. It has got the embroidered daisies on it. Let me show you full length. It's kind of midi length. I actually started my last vlog wearing one of these. I'll show you these in a second. But yeah, it's a very classic style. It's smocking on the bodice. You've got this lovely little ruffle. This one has got the little puff sleeves, and yes, is midi length. And then, you know when you love a dress so much, you want to buy it in every colour? Yeah, that is basically what has happened here. You will already have seen me wearing the white one. It's probably my most worn, and these ones are longer in length. They're more of a maxi length, but I saw that they brought it out in a cream colour as well, so I could not resist picking up this one as well. I actually feel that the colour could potentially be even more wearable than the white. I think I'll be a little bit less precious. And these dresses, I've said it a million times before, but they are £35 or thereabouts. The price does fluctuate a tiny bit, but you can usually get them for like £34 or £35, and I just wear them, as you've probably noticed throughout vlogs, as like everyday dresses around the house. I'm just not really a jeans kind of person, and I find that sometimes leggings are just a little bit too casual, and I want to show off my personal styles. So by wearing lovely pieces like this around the house, I just feel lovely, but then at the same time comfortable, and yeah, it makes me feel better when I'm wearing something beautiful such as this. Okay, so I have popped on the longer version. I actually think for this time of year, like mid to end of summer, it's very elegant to have something in this length. It feels very much, I feel a bit like Belle from Beauty and the Beast, not gonna lie. Again, you've just got that classic design of the smocked bodice, little ruffle. I do tie these little bits here in a bow. The sleeves are slightly longer on this one. They're more of a kind of cap puff sleeve on the shorter one, but these are a little bit more relaxed. But again, that puff sleeve which just accentuates the silhouette. I actually think I prefer the longer length of this one. I think this will look gorgeous in some photos by the sunflowers, so I might head down there later on today. Probably looks identical to the one that I started my last vlog in, the white one, but yeah, there's something just a little bit more relaxed about this cream colour. It is a very beautiful neckline as well. I like to play around with my jewellery with these kinds of necklines, but I do have some other bits to unbox. All of these bits, because I know they do sell out quite quickly, make sure you are signed up to my newsletter, because in my last newsletter, all of the bits in my latest Amazon purchase I did do in a graphic on the newsletter, and I've also shared them on my stories already, so hopefully they'll still be in stock, but if not, make sure you're following me on Instagram and the newsletter to stay in the loop. So this next item actually came up in one of my recommended bits on Amazon, and I clicked on it and I thought it was just absolutely gorgeous, and I'm pleased to report it has exceeded my expectations. It is this absolutely gorgeous little basket bag. This is now my fourth one that I'm adding into my collection. I've got my Prada one, I've got my one from Pollen, Lillian Bean, and now this one. All the other basket bags that I've got, I believe, are out of stock, so I will make sure this one is linked down below. So as you can see, this one, shape-wise, it's very different to the others in my collection. It's actually a very good quality basket, like it's quite a thick basket, and then you've got this pink leather / faux leather top. Squeeze it. Gosh, it's even lined. I was not expecting that. You have got a shoulder strap, although I'm not sure where it clips onto. Okay, so it clips onto the top here, so you can wear it crossbody, but to be honest, I normally just like to hold my basket bags. Size-wise, this is most definitely going to fit my phone, my vlogging camera, a little bit of daily makeup. Let's see how it looks with the outfit. Well, that is just rather adorable. Size-wise, this could not be any more perfect. And that shade of pink is just absolutely beautiful. I think this has to be one of my favourite finds on Amazon. I do also use my huge basket bag that I got from there. Let me show you. This one here, if you remember my photos and videos from the lavender field, I took this one with me on that day, and it's one of those bags that I take with me if I'm going to be out the house all day, if I'm going to the farmhouse, or even if I'm just dashing to the shops, because it's actually ginormous, so roomy. I can, oh, what's that down there? Some little bits of straw. Fits absolutely everything in it, and if I'm going to be taking some pictures, I'd probably pop a change of clothes in there, and then swap in the cute little one when I want to take the snaps. So great little basket bag selection from Amazon. And then, because I never just buy fashion on Amazon, I always end up filling my basket with other stuff that I need. Let me show you the other goodies in my order. Okay, so my life has been changed since discovering silk hair bubbles, and they are expensive to say the least. So this is a selection of 4 pure silk scrunchies. I can't remember exactly what I paid for these, but it was a fraction of the like brands you see on Instagram, and the colours are just absolutely perfect. So we have got a kind of rosy pink, a taupey shade, a white, and then more of a dusky pink. The perfect shades for my wardrobe. I think they had a few different options. I actually just bought 2 boxes of this colour selection. They're the skinny ones, which are great just to have around your wrist, and then obviously they don't snag your hair when you've got them in, so I thought that was an amazing find as well on Amazon. I'll leave these linked down below. And then super practical wise, I realised when we were in Ibiza that the reason that my memory card always takes forever when I'm taking pictures is because the megabyte per second speed on my existing ones was like 90, and then when I put Ali's memory card in my camera, his was 300 megabytes a second. It was absolutely perfect. I didn't have to wait for my camera to like write the images. So I bought a couple of the SanDisk Extreme Pro 64GB, 300 megabytes a second memory cards. Memory cards are bloomin' expensive, and these were like 20% off the usual price. So picked up 2 of those, and then you'll be very proud of me for this last purchase. At the moment, let me show you. You are balanced on, once again, Kate Somerville Factor 50 face spray and L'Occitane body lotion. Not ideal. We wonder why I break so many cameras. So I have bought a tripod. I know, this is a momentous occasion. You'd think for someone who actually creates videos as their job, I would have lots of these lying around, but no. So let's have a little look. Okay, so this is without doubt the fattest little tripod I have ever seen, and actually the connection is bigger than I thought it was going to be, but I think it says it's got some kind of adapter within it, so I'm going to have a little play around because my camera actually needs a smaller attachment. But then it does come with this little stage, so even if I pop the stage on top, I can rest my camera on it and save my Factor 50 spray and body lotion for the use that they're intended. So if you've not seen one of these before, they are the best kind of tripods because they're called, I think they're called gorilla pods, and you can basically like twist them and bend them and attach them onto things. So if you are somewhere where you don't have a table, you can cling it onto like handlebars, railings. If you saw my Instagram stories where I was curling my hair on a train and wondered how I managed to do that, I basically had a gorilla pod for my phone and I was wrapping it around tops of seats, handlebars. Basically it can turn any surface into a camera stand, so these are really, really helpful. So those are the little bits that I have purchased in my Amazon order. I will leave everything linked down below as usual, and now I'm going to go and actually get changed because Charlie and I have got a rather lovely afternoon out planned. From my lovely pretty dress into something a little bit more casual, because Charlie and I are heading out this afternoon to have a little look around some antique shops. Now that we've got the majority of the furniture in the cottage, we are a little bit more aware of what gaps need filling and size-wise what kind of things we need, such as extra mirrors, we need some more hooks, just little bits and bobs to make it feel even more homely. So we are heading to a few of the different antique shops in and around Chipping Norton. That's quite a good little area to go to for antique shops, and as it's kind of on our way, we are going to start off by fueling ourselves up with a nice lunch from Dalesford. Just found the perfect mirror for the first floor bedroom in straw top. We have actually already ordered one on Etsy, but this one is better and cheaper. Someone left a comment saying something nice to provide in the cottage would be a tray for breakfast in bed. I wonder if this could work, or if it's a little bit big. It's actually an old soap tray. Got 2 of them for £15 each. I think I might grab them because even if not for the cottage, they'll be great for my little seedlings. Hello darlings, so we have made it back to the cottage after our little day trip to the antique centre and Dalesford, and we did pick up quite a few bits at the Antique Mill. It's somewhere that we always recommend you visit if you do come to the North Cotswolds. We were talking to staff there about how there are quite a lot of similarities between what you can get there and what you can get at Dalesford. I'm pretty sure they actually source some of the stuff from Dalesford from the Antiques Mill. So we got some really good little treasures, one of which you might be able to see behind me. We did actually, I showed you this in the antique centre, but we did order a mirror from Etsy for the dressing table upstairs, but as soon as I saw this, I just thought it was even better than the one that we've got from Etsy, and we do need one at home as well, so I think the Etsy one will keep at the house, and this one, I hope it's not going to be too big. I think it'd be perfect for the units I'll show you in situ in a second. It's that nice dark wood, so hopefully it's going to be perfect. And then we obviously wanted to get a couple more like decorative items for here at the cottage, just to make it feel a little bit more homely. I used to have, I wonder if anyone knows the actual purpose of these. What are you doing?
I'm just doing stuff. Right, so I'm going to stop.
No.
This is going to go in here.
As Charlie is exhibiting, we got this galvanised little tub which we're going to pop fire lighters in, so we don't have to leave a cardboard box for our guests to rummage around. But yeah, back to this. So we saw this and it was probably about £10 or something. We used to have a really big version of this in my old house.
Do you know what they're for?
No, what is it?
So it was for preserving meat and stuff in France.
Really?
They're comfy, aren't they? They're called comfy jars. And I actually think they were specific to comfy duck.
Oh.
But I could be slightly wrong on that one. I know it's about food preservation and France. But yeah, I'm pretty sure I read somewhere why they're called comfy jars is to do with comfy duck. But
you learn something new every day. This is obviously not from the antique centre, but we are replacing our silver flush in the toilet with a gold one. Although I have to say that is bling.
yeah,
It's quite orange.
I know, and I'm not even sure if it's going to be the right fit. It was
That's
on Amazon,
maybe.
who knows?
And then Charlie's obsessed with these grain buckets. They're just really good for storing kindling. What are we currently storing our kindling in? Oh,
So-
we've already got one.
Yeah, that's for a plant, hopefully. So
Oh, a plant pot.
I think we need a plant in here
Yeah, we do.
because we're not going to put shelving back up here. We've got a different basket coming for this wood because there's something that just doesn't work about that basket. This I think is good, although it's slightly overfilled.
Yeah.
And there's pipe work down here that we kind of want to block out. So I think we'll have a new wood basket, and I think perhaps that would be in there with a palm or something.
Yeah.
Something green.
Okay.
I think this kind of works against this.
Yeah, that's why I put it there.
No, I know, but what I mean is I think
It
the
does look
pattern
nice
works.
together, yeah.
Because it was originally for our house, wasn't it?
And then behind you on this wall here is our bookcase door to the understairs cupboard, which is, we're not really going to encourage guests to go in there. We're just going to leave the vacuum cleaner, maybe.
But there will be obviously like a clothes area and things like that in there.
Yes.
So I think in the guest book we need to write.
Is
if
it
you
quite
need
easy
stuff.
to get in? Is it just a case of pulling it?
Yeah, you just have to move that side table and it's really easy. But obviously
Yeah.
there's also fire extinguisher in there, so we need to make it quite clear for health and
Okay.
safety. I think sadly, I'm reading through the health and safety documents at the moment, but we might actually have to have a visible fire extinguisher here.
Oh no. Oh well, that's fine. We can tuck it in that corner.
Yeah.
So in this basket, we've got a selection of books to put on the bookcase. I picked up the 3 Brontes by May Sinclair. All really old.
I read that one.
No, you haven't. Old, like leather-bound ones. And then this one, I think, is going to be really interesting to actually have a look through. It's the Estate Management Practical Handbook for Landlords, Agents and Pupils by Charles Curtis.
I'm going to take a photo of this for Ben.
Hang on, okay. And it's got some adverts at the front of it, like adverts for various horse feeds, sheep dips, weed killers and insecticides.
Oh, just about, Jack.
Dry food system for pheasant rearing. This is so funny. So it's basically a book all about how to be an estate manager. So basically Tom Branson from Downton Abbey. The subject matter of the lease of trees, game, minerals, payment of rent, how to collect rates and taxes, repairs, insurance. It's got a whole chapter on caring for your woodland, propagation, treatment and uses of oak, elm, wych elm, ash, beech, horse chestnut, etc, etc. How to value a farm, valuation of tillages,
All going to come in extremely handy.
Root crops, growing corn. Yeah, just lots of old books that we will put in the bookcase, and another log store. Right, I can't wait any longer. Let's go and see how this mirror looks in the bedroom. Let's see.
Alright, catch.
Don't even think about it.
Hold that, please. Thank you.
You've been demoted.
Right.
Oh, perfect colour as well.
Yeah, this was a good shout by you.
Yeah,
This was
no.
a very good shout.
Look at that.
That was a really good shout, darling.
That is fantastic. Yay. Oh, it's such a cute little corner.
Does it even need this on there?
I mean, it doesn't need it, but it is quite cute.
Do
Yay.
you know, the only thing I've noticed, because I love this paired together,
Mm.
the old and the new, but as a guy, you can't fit your legs under.
You very rarely would
No, I
put
know.
your legs
but
under it
look,
anyway.
Could you fit your legs under?
Let's
I mean,
have a
the thing
look.
is, you could still easily do your hair and stuff.
How do you do
Watch,
it?
look, like that, you go, and then you go.
Yes, dear.
So this is where we're going to have a Dyson, I think, aren't we?
Yeah.
Perfect length for a Dyson, what they
Air
call
wrap.
crap.
Oh, yeah.
Look,
Perfect.
that doesn't work in here though.
No, we need to get a dark wood mirror, don't we? So if you watched the video where Charlie and I were manically getting the cottage ready for our first guests, you may have heard me say that I wasn't really too happy with the sofa area. It just looked, sorry, I don't, he's playing around with a cutlery drawer. Yeah, I just thought it looked a little bit plain. So what we've done is we've ordered some cushions from our favourite Soho Home, and they have done a really good job of just adding a little bit of texture, and I don't know, just it makes the sofa look a little bit more inviting. There are a lot of cushions on there. It's going to take a lot of fluffing them up, but it looks great. We also ordered this poof. We actually ordered it for our house as a replacement for our leather poof as a stepper-upper onto the sofa for the dogs. But unfortunately it's actually the same height as our sofa, so it doesn't really do the job as a step up. So we've bought it here, and again it matches in really nicely.
I think what we're forgetting is a bit of artwork up there.
Yeah.
But also the curtains will break up.
Yeah.
The curtains there. I think we really don't need any there in this room.
We do need to bring in a coffee table though.
No, I don't think so. I think a coffee table will be in the way.
It just feels like a waiting room otherwise, don't you think?
Maybe you might be right.
I think we need to bring it in to try it.
The dimensions of this room are tricky. I know what you're saying.
Because it's a walkway.
As soon as you put a coffee table here, you then create this issue where so you have to go about here, then you've literally got this much to walk past, and you're walking past what could be a very hot stove.
True.
And then you've got this much to walk past. We did discuss it, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we should try it
if
though.
you've got a coffee and stuff, there's a side table there and there's a side table there.
Yeah.
So, and other than that, what is a coffee table for? It's just in the middle of a room.
We did decide to leave the TV out. It's not too much of a monstrosity because we've just got a small one.
Well, that was the advice we had from the guys that stayed. They said, to be fair, on the road, because it rained a lot when they were here, and they were like, you know, the Olympics were on. It is quite nice.
Yeah.
In a way, now it's out. It's not too grisly.
It's true. But we're on the lookout for a mirror above the fireplace, aren't we?
I think a slightly bigger rug.
Yeah, I think you're right. We should try the one we got at home.
We're not going to buy a rug for the sake of it. We've got another rug that could work in here. But it's difficult because we don't want to fiddle with things too much. It does feel, I mean, it feels a lot more homely in here than I thought it would, given no one's lived here properly.
I'd quite happily live here.
This feels more homely than what it felt like when we bought the house. When we
In
looked
our
around.
house.
No, when we looked around.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Which
yeah.
is not trying to have a go at the previous owner, but it didn't feel very homely.
Yeah, this
I
is
think
gorgeous. It's got a really nice vibe to it. If you were here as a holiday guest, you'd be
That's
so...
tricky though. We definitely do want a mirror, I think.
I think so. We'll know the right one when we see it.
Yeah.
How to keep the healing.